Right. Let's go. Let's go. So, first things first. What's there to do down here in the thing? I guess first thing I'm gonna do, the very first thing. Let's collect this here map fragment. Just to warm myself up a little bit before I actually go down to Liurnia. Right, so... oh, there it is. A lot of things we can do now that we're down here in Caelid. We could go down there and start the Millicent quest line, but advancing that requires we go all the way down into that rot swamp, and I don't really want to do that just yet. That's a problem. Actually, can I handle it? I probably could, honestly. Nope, that's not a lot of damage, but we did frostbite him. No, we frostbit the horse. Well, we're not doing a lot of damage, and he's doing a lot of damage to us. But he is beatable. Stay close to me. Okay. Right. Sunny? So I think to beat that guy, make it easier, we're probably gonna need a few more smithing stones, some somber stones for the my weapon, and dying just up and shifted the time to day, so we can just collect those runes, no biggie, because the Knight's Cavalry won't be there anymore, and next time I fight a Knight's Cavalry, it'll probably be the one down in like Dragon Barrow, about here. Is it on this? No, this is the bridge with the dragon. This bridge has another one of those knights who, if you beat him, you get Bloodhound Step, use the skill. Not entirely necessary if you get, since Quick Step is pretty easy to get, but yeah, that'll be for later. I think enough of that. Let's now turn our attention to getting down to Liurnia. There is a way to go. The most normal method is to go via Stormveil, so that's going down this route here. A lot of things down by the Storm Gate, including that troll. Damage for a big troll stomp, and pretty easy to stance break these big trolls. Trouble with, if you're playing Night Train and having trouble with like what is that? Castle. Come on, let me do my thing. Let me freeze this guy. Speaking of Night Train, I'm also doing research is kind of backfiring a little. Yeah, I've cut my thing. Right. kill him like that. And get rid of these knights, because they just barely a nuisance that whole fight. Like that. No, it's too late to draw your sword, buddy. Right then. Next up should be a guy with one of those like fire weapons. No. No horn for you today, buddy. Actually, no, I think... Did I get... Wow, I didn't even see that guy. No worries. With just a few swings of this weapon, they're all down for the count. And we make our way to the next objective. Along this path is a little surprise for you. Well, two. First is this golden seed. And then... oh, I might have skipped it. Normally there's like a pack of wolves that come out and jump out at you from there, but no need to worry about that. Awesome. Right. Let's heal and sit down. Add a flask first. And let's get this. Should be a rune arc or a stone sword key. Stone sword key. Now you'll see a nice girl over there, but it's better to actually just ignore her for now, because to advance, the normal way to advance your quest line is to go into Stormveil and like go into a room in the middle of the castle with like these dogs. And you don't really want to do that because those dogs are annoying to fight. So you can just like ignore her for now. I think just do a bunch of other stuff. Or I think the other way is to kill Godric, the boss of Stormveil, and she'll just mosey on over to the Round Table Hold, and she'll be waiting for you there, and she'll introduce herself properly, and you don't need to worry about the Chrysalis memento. The memento that they left in a room with, or I guess it's more accurate to say that they died in that room, probably. And what was left behind was that memento. Right, so this is the other way. If you go past the pathway that leads to the castle gates, you can just go through this way. There's some deer, also some wolves will be up ahead on this path. It's okay, we can just ignore those for now. Like, you've got some nice flowers to pick up for crafting. I don't know what this does because I don't really do crafting that often, except for like pots. There's the wolves, and they'll be like, yep, you'll aggro them just by riding past, and there's more of them. Just keep riding, unless you want to fight the wolves, but you don't really need to do that unless you want to. Right, so now we've hit Liurnia of the Lakes, and that is our next leg of our journey. There are some things that I'm interested in doing here. Like, I think this is a pretty decent spot if you want to try and farm for the grave scythe from these skeletons. If you want to use a scythe weapon, which I might consider using as my main melee armament, as I guess my side piece for this run, purely just for the aesthetics. But that'll be for later. For now, let's just go down into Liurnia. I think I might farm it off stream actually, because I don't really want to subject you guys to like the pure tedium that is farming for an hour for just like this one weapon that for some reason has an incredibly low drop rate. Actually, for some reason, a lot of weapons in this game have low drop rates. It might be a holdover from like the older Dark Souls games, where some gear and items had pretty low drop rates, and that made it all the way into this big open world game for some reason. It's no biggie. What did this merchant offer?
You're new. Surprised you found. No matter. Why don't? Oh, but don't ask.
Yeah, don't ask how you got your hands on them. Don't worry, I don't need to know that. Right. So a couple of smithing stones. I'll just buy. What does this offer? Crystal darts, shatterproof arrows, and dried liver. I think the dried liver's, I think, decent if you want like early game like negation. Although I forget what it actually does. Let's get the smithing stone 3s as well and activate this side of grace. Lots of stuff to find in Liurnia. I believe this is where we find a smithing stone 3. At least our first one. I already have a somber stone 3. I almost forgot about the revenants. Like the mini revenant enemies. Let's grab the map and get out of here. Head skedaddle. Let's go. I mean, I could take them. I could pretty much take all of you guys on, but I just kind of don't want to. Nearby here should be a... what is it called? Nearby here should be a Royal Revenant. If you've played Night Train before or Elden Ring, you might know how troublesome those guys are. Lots of hands, lots of ability to just like hit you over and over again. Just overall not a good time with their gap closing ability, their poison, their warping. If you have like a healing spell, like if you're using a faith build, then you can just heal against them over and over, and that just solves, oops, that's it all. And that just solves the Revenant problem because it just like staggers them. This, I forget where it leads to. I think it either leads to like the Church of Bowser somewhere else. But I'm not going to take that because I'm trying, because I think this is where you get the faith, not the faith crystal tier, here I think. Not like the crystal tier, but the talisman. And that two fingers heirloom, indeed, that raises faith. And we're going to be using that for this build just to get early access to some skills and stuff like that. Now that we've gone here, what do I want to do? What do I want to do? I'm just going to keep riding around until I find like a somber stone for me, I think. Because it's somewhere in this big lake region, and there's a couple other goodies we want as well. What else? There is a few sites of grace. The Academy Glintstone key is something we'll need to get access to the Academy, Ray Lucario, Crystal Academy, I think it's called. I hardly ever stopped at this part of the map. You know, if this was Night Rain, this would be a pretty useful place to like probably get some kind of like small magic ward or something, but no, this is Elden Ring. This is like the full normal game. What else can you find in this region?
Hello? Hello? Please. Over here.
You know what? Sure. Let's talk to Raya.
Hello. It's rather chilly here, isn't it? My mistress sent me off on an errand, but I was accosted by a ruffian. And now I'm in a bind. Could I ask you lend a hand? Perhaps. That thug made off with a precious necklace. I need someone to retrieve it. Only, he too is tarnished. If you've any qualms confronting your own, I shall find another. Oh,
Yeah, let's hear her out.
thank you dearly. What a blessing that we've met like this. The thug should be resting at an abandoned home down the way. Please, I must have the necklace back.
Right. Now that we've talked to Raya, let's just make a small detour. somewhere in this vast expanse of water is a NPC called Bogart. He's pretty special because he sells pretty rare but pretty great buffing item, the boiled crab items. And what these items do is they provide a boost to your physical defense, to your physical damage negation, and that'll just be pretty useful, like just across the board, because things in this game hit hard. So you'll want to stack as much negation as you can without like sacrificing damage. And before you like get into spells and stuff like that, the boiled crabs are a good way to do that. This, I don't think is the place, but it can get this is the place for another crystal tier, the dexterity not one, which, yep, if you're using like any kind of dexterity builds, like lightning based melee builds or like multi-hit style builds, that's where you get your thing. Ah, there he is. There's the house we're looking for. Right, perched right next to your side of grace, so you can just walk next to him when you need him to. You have two methods of solving this quest. That is, beat him up and take the necklace from his body, as well as the iron knuckle weapons. Pretty rare fist weapon. Alternatively, let's just talk to him.
You trying to start something, mate? Ah, that necklace what you're after, is it?
Indeedy, sir.
Well, show me what it's worth to you, and I'll consider parting ways with it. I'm not in love with it or nothing. You're a shrewd one, Chief. First, you hand me the runes, and don't try nothing, neither.
You can actually take him on too. He's not I don't imagine him to be a difficult opponent since he's an NPC. And NPCs is just a matter of baiting out dodges and hitting them with crouch pokes and stuff like that. But it's better to just do business. And he is one of the only friendly faces who stays friendly throughout the game, as long as you don't do a quest in such a way that it intersects. As long as you don't do like the Dung Eater quest in such a way that it intersects with him, because Dung Eater quest, he kills this guy. He just finds him and kills him.
Oh,
you get his bell bearing, so
what is it now?
You won't lose the crabs, but you will lose a friendly face in the lands between.
You want some of me prawn? Freshly cooked it is.
Oh yeah, it's the boiled prawns I was thinking of.
It's yours. If you can meet my price. I could be persuaded to sell you some other bits too. If you've got the runes.
Let's purchase some boiled prawns. Let's get a few.
Oh. So you met the girl, did you? Alright, well, sod the particulars of the matter. But it ain't my fault she's stupid enough to get duped, is it? Anyway.
No, sir, it is not.
She ain't alright, that one. Lucky she ain't died on the bloody roadside, I reckon.
Although it is pretty curious knowing Raya's background that she just allows a tarnished to take her thing. Maybe it's just a scheme or something.
You're tarnished too, ain't you? Can you see it then? The guidance of grace, I mean. I can't see it at all no more. Makes no bloody sense anyway. Why some no-name shithead like me should get called to the lands between. Cruel bloody joke, you ask me. Maybe something went tits-o with it. Maybe it's been broke for a good long time. The earth tree, I'm saying. Never met someone with a taste for prawn I couldn't trust. We'd make good mates, I reckon. I'll be seeing you.
Yeah, let's stay friendly. Oh, right, we also get an emote from it. Oh, that's where you get the spread out emote. I always just find it in my inventory, but I never remember where I can get it. I'm also just noticing the bloodstains around here, so maybe he does have some. So maybe he is a challenge. Maybe the warning should be heeded with all these bloodstains here. No matter. Now let's talk to him again quickly.
You must be hungry.
and leave. Now I believe we came from this direction. And no, it was not. That place is surrounded by shrimps, and those shrimps are bad news. Right. I almost forgot that you can just like the map just marks NPCs for you. Let's go all the way down eastward. If I don't actually just find any of this stuff by the way, I think I'll just go to where EG is, the other secret blacksmith. Well, I say secret, but he's like part of the most involved questline in the entire game.
Oh, yes.
Let's give her the necklace back.
That is my missing necklace. Thank you kindly. I am in your debt. Did I forget to announce myself? I am Raya, in the service of Lady Tanith of the Volcano Manor. I seek stalwart Tarnished, who might join our house. You are very brave yourself. Not only a steady hand, but a steady heart. Merciless, even to your own kind.
Yeah, totally merciless.
Such strength is precisely what my mistress seeks. Please, take this.
An invitation to the Volcano Manor.
Brave Tarnished. Seek the Altus Plateau, the realm of the Erd Tree. Most Tarnished are doomed to wander the outskirts of the lands between, peering wistfully at the towering Erd Tree. But you are no ordinary Tarnished. And once that is proven, the Volcano Manor will fully extend its invitation to fight amongst a family of champions.
Thank you for the invitation, Lady Raya. I will certainly join you and definitely won't betray your trust. Alright. Now that that's settled, let's make our way down to the rest of Liurnia. You know, and whenever I play this game, I don't remember where anything is. But it just do like have these points of interest that I have like mapped out that once I go there, I'll be like, oh yes, and then it's this that I go to, and then it's that, and then I almost aggroed a shrimp. But I didn't, so I'm alive. Yay. Yes, I did aggro a shrimp. Let's run. Those shrimps are like snipers. If you run in a straight line, you'll just get sniped by them. So beware. Beware. I'm just gonna retreat over here. Technically, the character I'm playing should be pretty friendly to most enemies, but what's down here? I think down here is the Lucerne. There's like a bunch of ghosts fighting, including a troll knight. They don't drop anything, but you can get the Lucerne from one of them. Down in this area, this is the inverted tower, and you can get Miriam's vanishing from there. And this will be for later, after you've done a significant part of Ronnie's quest line. This is the Church of Vows, I think it's what it's called. It's the one where Muriel is. Pretty beloved NPC. And up next is, I think this is where you get Flame Cleanse Me, which will be helpful for exploring the Ronnie's quest line because of the Lake of Rot and the what is it called, and just Haled in general, because look at this, this entire part of the map is rot. And there's bosses like Exix who we will be facing later on who spread rot, and we're gonna need the spell for that. So since I'm down here, I am going to make my way upwards. Can I go through here and take a shortcut, or do I have to go the long way around? We'll see. Hi Tao. Welcome to the stream. I hope you enjoy me going through this game. Pretty fun if you haven't played it before. Lots to do, lots to discover. And oh, there is a Tibia Mariner, but we're not going to worry about that for now. Not exactly a difficult boss to face, but I don't think I'm at the recommended level to fight it. Like, just... Nah, maybe it's not about recommended levels. Maybe I'm just not... I just don't feel like fighting it yet, so... Or that Lane Del Knight over there, who, if you fight him, drops the I think it's a book that teaches you Dragon Cult incantations, and you bring it to like someone who teaches incantations, like Muriel, who conveniently is very close to here, by the way. Let's pick up that painting and go all the way down here. Hop, skip, and jump down. Don't want to do whatever that person left that blood splatter did and fall to the bottom, but we just go here instead. This fire encampment has a few enemies, but it has, there it is, Flame Cleansing and Fire Spurling, a pretty nice emote, if I do say so myself. Let's ride past this fire chariot. It'll be fine. He can shoot us, he can like snipe us, but... And he can like go somewhat fast if you're on like foot, but not a lot he can do to catch up to you if you're on torrent. And there's a way that if you bait him all the way to the bottom, if you bait him all the way to the wall, you can like jump down and like critical attack him from the top. That's a pretty... Also, that's an important pro tip for playing Nitro, and we get like a special kind of fire encampment. You can use your double jump on the fire chariots and then jump on top of them and critical strike them and one-shot them. Makes it really easy to clear that camp quickly and get like a load of runes pretty much instantly. Now, let's say hi to the nice pastor, Muriel.
I welcome you to the Church of Vows. I am Muriel, steward of this sacred chamber. My apologies for the unseemly state of affairs. Do you know the origin of this place? How it came to be known as the Church of Vows?
I don't know, but I feel like it involves Radagon of the Golden Order and Renala, Queen of the Full Moon.
Well, that is a shame. But who can blame you? The shattering has caused us, all of us, to lose sight of something very dear. It is here, at the Church of Vows, that the great houses of the Erd Tree and the Moon were joined by the matrimonial bond between red-haired Radagon and Renala of the Full Moon. And so our church holds in view the monuments of both houses, the Erd Tree of the capital and the Academy of Rea Lucaria.
The Erd Tree and the Academy is somewhere in westward. It's somewhere in this dense fog, but I'm not going to be doing that just yet. I think what I'm gonna do is I can probably get my Dragonstone weapon to level 6, my Dragon Communion seal to level 6, cause you can do it up to there before you have to like go actually into like a proper like legacy dungeon. You can do if you want to upgrade it further. There your choices, I think, are either exploring the Volcano Manor, because I think there's a Somberstone 6 there, or going into Altus and then Lanedale and then the Lanedale Catacombs. But beware of the shrimps there. They're pretty dangerous, especially in close quarters.
Oh,
Let's
was there
talk to him
something
again.
you needed? You are free to show yourself around. I would serve as your guide, only my legs aren't what they used to be. If you
That's
find
okay.
anything of
I
use,
can
you are
like
free
take a
to
look
take it
around
with
and
you.
explore.
Unless perhaps you are in search of instruction, in which case I will share all that I know.
Yep, and you have a choice of studying some sorcery and some incantations. Use a very... And if you like do anything to like hurt any NPC and they get mad at you, if you bring a Celestial Dew over here, you can atone and it'll be just like nothing happened. Alright, you have a golden swing needle. This will be good. This is what you need to modify, like, you can modify armor pieces in this game so that they look a bit different. You might lose some defense, but they'll just look different. What else? Right, the gold swing needle lets you do that for like for shard bearer armor sets. So if you like defeat say Radon or Alana or Renala, cool naming conventions, you can just modify those armor sets to mainly the chest pieces and sometimes the helms. What else to explore? This part is a point of interest because this part is another church, so you can use it to get like another one of those sacred tiers to improve your flask power. But it's guarded by another NPC called Vike, who I'm pretty sure is the guy on the box art of the game. The guy who almost became Tarnished, the Tarnished who almost became Elden Lord before you, but just gave up for lore reasons. But we'll worry about that later. For now, let's get back to what we were doing, which is just looking for more stuff down here. So let's start back at Boiled Prawn Shack, and I'll make my way down to the main path. Like, there really is quite a lot you can do down here in Liurnia. Like, down on this side, there's a cave you can go into, guarded by a Bloodhound Knight, who, if you beat, you can then get access to the Slumbering Wolf Shack, which has an NPC called Latina. One of those an Albanian woman, because for whatever reason, Albanians look either like frog people or just really short women who can't walk. She's the latter, and if you bring her one half of the rogue medallion, is it the rogue medallion? No, it's one half of a medallion that you can use to access a secret area in the late game, with the end goal of fighting the hardest boss in the base game, Liurnia. And once you do that, well, it's a two-step process. The next step involves exploring in the mountaintops of the giants, but that'll be for after you're done with Altus and Lanedale. What else is in Liurnia? Somewhere in this region you'll find an NPC called Patches, where if you clear him out from his cave down here and beat him, for a while he'll move to Liurnia and you can buy stuff from him there. This area is the Blood Church, and over there, I think after you beat Godric, over there you can find Vare, who's moved there, and if you do his quest line, he'll give you it's a kind of like seal or entrance pass into Moog's Palace. It's a very good shortcut into the late game, and a good place and a good shortcut to where you can go farm runes. if you got through the crowds of Albanurics there, most of them can't truly fight, and there's like a few that can, but aren't too difficult to face. Oh, speaking of Raya from earlier.
Hello, friend. Tell me if you know, would you? The whereabouts of the hidden house of those despicable fiends. The recusants who hunt their fellow tarnished. They laid hands upon my servant Liurnia, and I refused to let the insult stand. The tale of House Hoslo is told in blood. I, Dialos, swear to deliver the message.
Yeah. That's what the recusants do. That's what Raya is a pretty nice girl all by herself, but that's what her faction does. They just kill other tarnished, and if you just join them and do their bidding, you can do that. You can do their quests and kill other tarnished. You get like some rewards for it, like some weapons, some spells, and the ultimate goal is to meet Praetor Rykard, who is one of the shard bearers. An entirely optional one. Like, this game is like this game is usually flexible and offers a lot of like optional stuff. I should also be careful of where I'm riding because it seems to be nighttime now, and in this area is like a dead bird. But yeah, this game's super like flexible. Lots of stuff is optional, so you don't have like, so it's not like linear, so you can just go anywhere you want. Like, if you want to deal with, say, there's map ahead, likely west. Actually, yeah, let's see where this goes. With Rykard, there's two ways to go about it. You can either do the quest for the Volcano Manor, one of which, a couple of which you can get from your fellow tarnished. Nice. It looks like we already made a little shortcut into this part of the woods, into this part of Liurnia. And up there is... Right, before... I should finish my thought first. Two ways of dealing with Rykard is do the quest for the Volcano Manor, hunt down your fellow tarnished, and get the wards from Lady Tanith, or go explore the entirety of Volcano Manor, make it all the way to Rykard's throne room, and then in both instances you just fight him and defeat him, and the Volcano Manor is disbanded. In between there is like an optional quest you can do where Raya learns sort of the true nature of who she is, like what her origins truly are, as such. And it involves Tanith and like a thing to make Raya forget if you want to do that. But that is also optional, like a lot of optional things. And speaking of optional, this entire area is an area we'll be going to, like, I think later after we've dealt with... I like doing it after I deal with Raya Lucaria Academy, because you deal with the Academy and you defeat Renala, and then you can go to Carrion Manor where her daughter lives, and the estate, like this whole big like manor she manages, like pretty big for like a living estate. But that, like I said, is for later. Up next, now that we've gotten the map for this, I think I probably came here just a little bit too early because I don't think I have the runes to just... no, actually, I might just buy a Sommerstone 3. And we can talk to him.
I presume you are tarnished? What brings you here? Oh, pardon me. I am E.G.,
Oh wow, that guy
A
also had a
blacksmith who
bloodhound
once
thing.
served the Carian
That one has
royals.
a winged scythe.
An old codger who refuses to retire his rusty hammer.
Now, EG is a
So
pretty
here I
nice
am,
NPC for the most part.
still quietly
A little
plying my
shady
trade
because of some of the things
on
he
this
does
spot.
in Ronnie's quest, but
Perhaps you'd like a
the things he
display?
does are pretty much for Ronnie's
bones
benefit
are
exclusively.
old,
What's that?
but still
What was that NPC
able.
doing? What was that Tarnish doing there? That ghost? Where were you looking there, buddy? Okay, so yep, we already have a smithing stone. Words. We already have a smithing stone 4, so we can get a somber smithing stone 3.
Oh, watch out there. When I'm absorbed in my smithing, I lose sight of all else. If you come too close, I'm apt to cause you harm. I am, after all, terribly large compared to you, Tarnished.
Yeah, it's
You
pretty
don't
rare to
know
find
how
that
hard
trolls
it
that
is
can
not to
actually
break
speak to
anything
you.
while I work.
It is interesting that pretty much everyone in the lands between can like speak properly and talk, but most of them choose not to. Most of the people you talk to are other Tarnished, but there's the Shard Bearers who are demigods, some of whom are Empyreans. There's the trolls, and there's Bok the demi-human. Night Train adds like a marionette who can like talk and who's like all polite and stuff, and a few others including the Guardian and part of his tribe of like bird people. And then there's us, the Tarnished, and then there's the Omens, the ones, well, what, a couple of them speak to us, but they are also demigods, so... Oh, and there's also Yug. Who could forget Yug, the misbegotten blacksmith that we all love and adore. Right. What am I going to do? We're going to talk a little bit
Brave
more.
Tarnished. A
Yeah,
word
he's
of
going to warn
warning,
us
if
not
you
to go
please.
down there because
This territory
if you
once
step just a
belonged
little
to the
forward,
Carian
you'll see
royal
some
family.
of the defense of
Their
the
manor
Carian matter
lies
activate.
not far
You
beyond
find
this
out
point.
why
When the Real
nobody's
Okari
invaded there
Academy
yet.
turned on
Well,
Carians, the Knights of the Cuckoo descended on this
a couple of
tract.
big reasons.
After leveling Carians were taken off guard. But their strength had not waned, and they repelled the Knight's onslaught by conjuring an enchanted snare that remains potent to this day. That is why I say, Tarnished, don't go near the manor, unless you wish to lie with the corpses of the heedless Knights of the Cuckoo.
Yep, and that's his warning about the Carian Manor. There's a trap there on the way to the castle, like a rain of magical arrows that you need to avoid. And in there is some giant hand, like, that move like spiders that you should also watch out for. They hit hard and they also look pretty creepy, so it's probably a big reason why nobody's invaded the castle yet. And there's a bunch more defenses as well in there. Like, Roddy really fortified the place well. Like, it's pretty impressive. Now let's talk about Blythe.
Blythe actually did that. Did he? Quite a rare occurrence for such a guarded soul as he. Perhaps he sensed something unusual about you. At any rate, if you're friendly with Blythe, I've something else that might suit you.
Now, he offers the Carian Filigree crest, a little helpful for early game if you like using your weapon ashes. Unfortunately, I don't quite need it as such because I'm not really spamming ashes as such on this build. But it is a nice little helpful thing for early game as well. So, yep, big thanks to EG, the EG over here. And let's also item. So now that we have that, we don't need to worry about going through the Blood Church because actually there is something we can pick up if you're like interested and are using like a non-somber weapon, like something that that's not really infused with like any elemental damage. Around this area is the Blood Flame Blade Scarab. Yeah, the scarab that drops the spell, the incantation Blood Flame Blade, adds some fire damage and some hemorrhaging buildup. Doesn't scale with arcane for whatever reason, but still a nice little supportive spell for if you're using like any kind of bleed builds. So with that aside, there is also this, I think it's the Royal Lucaria Crystal Tunnel. I think this is where you'll get either a somber stone bell bearing one or a smithing stone bell bearing one. It's one of those. The other one is in one of the caves in Caelid. Not... Is it this one? I don't think it was this one. I think that might be where you get the golden scarab helm. It's in one of these areas. It wasn't... I remember it not being this one, because I think this is where you find the regalia, the regalia weapon. Like, at the end of a long fight, you go against the duelist and get a reward, and past that is a cave exit leading back to this part of like, what is it called? Limgrave. Ugh. We're getting the most, the literal first zone in the game. Let's go. But yeah, we're gonna worry about those later, I think. Once we're back and we're all leveled and ready to take on the stuff. You can go further down here. Because since we're going to Altus, we can go further down here, and what you can do is... Actually, yeah, I can just go further down to, yeah, I think I do need to grab that that academy key anyways. So we're going to make this our next destination then, because the way I usually go by is get the academy glintstone key, get access to the academy gates, and then it'll take you to this like area here, and you can go straight down here, straight down, and it'll warp you to this part of the map. Somewhere here, and then you can go straight down. There's two ways to go. There's two ways to go from here. And to be actually no, what we can do is, I think, if we go by this path here and follow all the way down this ravine, at the end of it is the cave entrance to where is the entrance to a big tall cave, where you'll find a magma worm at the end of it, and if you beat it, you get the magma worm scale blade and get access to Altus through the back entrance. Or if you get the Dectus medallion like I already have, you can just march straight up here, past all the enemies, take the lift, and go into Altus without having to go through a boss fight. If you do the Volcano Manor quest, in particular Patch's quest, and if you want, like, I think it's an armor set for... I think it's where you get the Bull Goat armor set, like... Yeah, one of the NPCs there is the guy wearing the Bull Goat armor set. Super heavy armor set. Best for poise in the base game. You can summon him as an NPC for the Magma Worm fight, and Patches as well, finally. And then, once you've done that, Patches can then give you a quest to kill him. So you go back to that area and then fight the NPC, kill him, and take his armor set, or it might just be the talisman. You'll see if you're interested in like follow the whole like quest line. But let's just keep going down here. Past these giant land squirts and their poison spray mists. Yeah, this is the old... Yeah, I was actually getting ready to go grab the Academy Glintstone Key as well. Although if I do that now, I can get access to like another golden seed. besides the one that we're about to get at the end of this long path. Keep going, keep going. And there's a golden like tree sapling thing. We grab the golden seed. We move past these land squirts. And grab this. A smithing stone 5, just one of them. And then we activate this side of grace and we make our way back. Now let's make our way back down here. Oh, just get dark all of a sudden. Yeah, it might have just gotten a bit dark since we approached that cave. And let's go all the way back up here. Let's go past that cuckoo knight who doesn't have a horse so he can't chase us. Like, enchanting his weapon for nothing. Too bad. Let's keep going. There's some miners there. If you throw fire at them, you could like minorly inconvenience them because I think they resist fire since they're made of rocks. But it'll still be funny. Let's talk to this merchant quickly.
I don't want any trouble.
Let's see what he has. Bone arrows and ballista bolts. Some cured meats and some bewitching branches. I will take a couple of them.
Done? Well.
Wait, no, I'm thinking of my last playthrough where I did like a magic build. If you want to like do a kind of magic build and you want like the better sorcery talisman all the way into the consecrated snowfield, there's like a puzzle where you have to get one of the imp statues guarding the place to attack the other. And Bewitching Branch, I think, is like the main way to do it. Sneak up on it, use a Bewitching Branch, attack the other imp, and let your allied imp finish it off. And then the seal gets broken, you go inside, you claim the sorcery boosting talisman. Are those ballistas or catapults gonna fire at me? Are those catapults or trebuchets? I can never tell the difference. Yeah, they're shooting at me because they're responding to my general presence. So we're just gonna hit him to annoy him a little light smack of the head. But a couple of ways we can go from here. We can try and go up here to the Frenzy Flame village. Because up there next is... It goes past the Frenzy Tower, which you destroy because it's gonna be a problem if you ignore it. Because it'll keep proccing madness on you. You go past there, past the Frenzy Flame village and deal with those guys, and then up to this church where Vike will jump scare you. Defeat him, go to the church, claim your sacred tier, and also Vike's war spear. And alongside that, there should be a maiden there you can use for like Varys questline. You have two options. You either have your own maiden if you find the if you get access back to the very starting area at the precipice place that it's called, or you can use the maiden in that other church that Vike was guarding. Now we hoist our medallion and we get access to Altus after this. And now we are in Altus, which is where we find the next leg of our journey. And here is where we'll find a smithing stone 5. Actually, I don't remember it was a smithing stone 6. We need a smithing stone 7. Raya's there waiting for you, and she can take you all the way straight to the Volcano Manor. If you want to go with her straight away. What do I want to do first? Yeah, I want to grab some stuff first because we're not quite ready to do the Volcano Manor yet. Funnily, Raya will take me straight to the Volcano Manor, but yeah, I'll just activate that side of Grace first so we can warp straight back here.
I've been waiting for you. I knew you had the stuff of champions. I hereby invite you to the Volcano Manor. Take my hand and have audience with my mistress. Give me your hand. I will pray that you follow the same path as Lady Tanith.
Right, let's warp all the way to where she is. Now, Altus is a big step up for our journey because it does a few things. The very big thing is it enables the Radon Festival, which means you can now do Radon's boss fight, which is where you'll meet Blythe next. It lets you find all the stuff like down here in Altus. As soon as I go back there and get the map, you can find all sorts of stuff. Down near where the shaded castle is, you can find a few things there. The main thing is outside of it is, I think, the head of House Murray, who was kicked out basically by Elmer of the Briar, who you might also know as the Bell-bearing Hunter from Elden Ring Night Reign. Darth Vader, but like in a fantasy game, with the cool drill sword that you can use for funny one-shot strength bleed builds. There is also the House Murray person is important to us because she's holding the outfit that we need to wear for this build. That I think is partially what really facilitates like this character cosplay. That or the Queen's robe down in Lanedale Castle, in like a secret area past the elevators, but that'll be for like after you beat Morgoth, the person at the end of Lanedale Castle. There's obviously more like golden seeds, a bunch more weapons you can find, a Somber Stone 5, I believe, like in the Forest of Immaculate Pain and Death. As well as the path to the alternative path to Gelmir if you never met Raya and didn't do like her little thing. And it is recommended to explore like this Gelmir path as well, because you can then get more stuff like, I don't remember if there's a golden seed in Gelmir. Yes, there's two that I can think of. One like along the top part of the mountain path, and the other along the bottom, which you'll need to find an alternative path, an alternative route to. I say alternative route, it's the main route through there, and the alternate way to that like lower site in Gelmir that leads to the Fire Fort and Azure, the Glintstone, the Primal Glintstone Sage. The alternative path through that has you fighting two Abductor Maidens at the same time. So I think you'll want to do the main path for that. But yeah, lots of goodies and lots of stuff we now have access to thanks to Lanedale. First, let's say hi to Raya since we came to Tanith since we came all the way here.
Brave Tarnished. Welcome to the Volcano Manor. I am Tanith, the proprietress of this house. Raya spoke well of you. A warrior of promise, I believe she said.
Ooh,
Perhaps you are
quite the promising intro that
Will you join us
Raya
here
gave
at the
us.
Volcano Manor and resist the tide? Why accept the burden of their grace? Or be fooled by the dogmatic ramblings of the fingers? Rise with us, against the Erd Tree.
I don't really know what the relation is between Crucible Knights and the Volcano Matter and Rykard, because her strongest guard there is one of the Crucible Knights, and they are tough enemies to fight. Especially like early on with their high poise, their tough movesets. And I think they do have some special delays as well that I think can trip most people up, but
your decision is most welcome. Now
yeah,
you belong to the Volcano
let's just join the Volcano
family.
Manor. You don't actually have to this is required to like do
But be sure to earn your
Rykard's
keep.
like entire quest line, whether it's betraying the Volcano Manor and sneaking into the temple, sneaking into the dungeon and killing their like lord, or whether you actually follow through with their quests and do their like hit list. And I'll just check something real quick. Let's just do a quick check and see who's in there. Yep, there's
Hello
Raya
again.
there.
Brave Tarnish. As a scout, I am pleased to see you again here at the Volcano Manor under Lady Tanith's guidance. May you tread the path of valor. Brave Tarnished under Lady Tanith.
And of course Raya's here already. You've got her Recusant finger, so we can pretty much just do, I think, infinite invasions. There's your first official hit. This is Bernal, who I should have really met early on, because I think he sells some
And what in heaven's name are you doing here?
because I think he sells some ashes of war that I should have gone out of my way to get before like coming here,
I
but
hope you understand the weight of my
details.
words.
I can probably just get a bell bearing for him like later on.
But know that the path you walk is blasphemy and leads only to a miserable death.
Yeah, I
Before
can
you
handle
consider
that.
hunting any of your own kind, think on that.
It is pretty interesting that you can get invited for just for fulfilling their own like hits and stuff like that. You can also fully kill some other Tarnished in the game just whenever you want, just ending those people's quest lines in prematurely. But let's not worry about that. Down here at the end of this path is... Let's just ignore that frenzy troll. And we don't have to deal with any of them in this game. Let's just not worry about them. We know how to fight trolls by now. Now, let's grab this gold seed. Go down here, which is where you get the map fragment for Gelmir. Be careful not to step on those finger creeper traps because it'll hurt a bit, and if you're on foot, they'll pretty much just like smoosh you, squash you funnily like a bug, but it usually won't kill you. It'll just do a lot of damage, but you can move on. Now, let's keep going. Down here, I think down here is another one of those tree spirits. One with higher level skilling than we're ready to deal with. Actually, what's down here? Yeah, down there is another tree spirit, but we're not going to deal with it just yet. So we can, and since we're on Torek, we can't just outrun it. Yep, keep going, keep going. We're gonna fight it later because it drops the cerulean hidden tier, which is pretty helpful, which is somewhat helpful for dragon builds because it offers infinite FP. Now this is a dangerous place to be in. We're going here for Golden Vow, but it's dangerous to be here because we're being invaded by Anastasia. Once again, here to eat us for whatever reason. Pro tip for killing NPCs, make liberal use of your weapons, especially if they let you do stuff like that. Woohoo! Hooray for using broken weapon arts. Now now that we've dealt with that, let's keep going and try not to aggro. Yes, too late, we've aggroed it. But we got away. Hey. This is an interesting. This is Mount Gelmir, an interesting place because it's kind of a strange hodgepodge of a bunch of like stuff. Obviously, the centerpiece is the Volcano Manor, which is like all about blasphemy and like blood and rejecting the Elden ring and stuff, like the Golden Order and stuff like that. But like quite a few different like factions here. Few different factions and enemy types. We've got Abductor Virgins, which in fairness do belong here because they are part of the manor, and one in Raya Lucaria is like an alternate way to get access to the manor or another part of the manor. There's a Somber Stone 6 we get by disturbing that body and his wolf companion. Now that we have Mount Gelmir, we can just go back here and just like keep going. I think we have the Somber Stones we need, because I think the earliest Somber Stone 7 we can get now is either Lane Dell or going inside the actual manor. And I think I'll do that probably either before or after Ronnie's quest line. Manor is a good spot for like leveling up a bit faster, I think, because maybe not because of the actual enemies, because some of them are pretty tough, but mostly because Rykard himself is deceptively easy, or at least easy than you'd expect from a Shardbearer boss. Right, up here is the Gazing Hill with another golden seed. Let's activate the Site of Grace. I think this place, I don't actually remember what this like fort gives you as like a drop. Lux Ruins. It's either like a rapier or something. There's like a demi. It's something because there's like demi units here and stuff. Because the bloody Hellas, I think you can get from like another boss near like another set of ruins. You know what? In the spirit of like exploration, let's just see what's. Oh no! Oof! Thought that would be a death drop. In the spirit of exploration, yes it was. Yes, it was a death drop. In the spirit of exploration, let's see what's on offer there. But it's only 5k runes. But past here, you can find the alternate, like the lower side of Mount Gelmir, like the floor side. So if you want to get access to the other side there, that's how you do it. And that's also where you emerge if you go by the back entrance past Magma or Makar. I think it's Makar. Yeah, the one that I think has an achievement tied to it and like an entire like weapon drop. What's past here? I think past here, I think in this like cart, I think it's the guarding talisman. If you need that, if you like doing a deflecting build and stuff like that, you can just grab a guarding talisman from that. No, I think I went the wrong way because this way leads to like Goatfloy the Grafted, an exact clone of Godric, but just his phase 1 moveset, and a little bit stronger as well, just to match the scaling of this region. I think he drops the, I want to say the Radagon icon, or it's either the Radicon or the Godfrey icon. One of those, it's the one that boosts your spellcasting speed by a lot. No, wait, was it? No, it's either to do with spellcasting speed or charging speed, which, to be fair, also important for this build. It could be really important in any case. I think once I go there and fight Godric, Goatfloy. Now, I'm going all the way up to these ruins to see what's up here. It's gonna be a problem if I explore them and I find out this is where, like, what's it called? This is where the Royal Revenant boss is. Talisman ahead, but first off, boss. Yep, let's... Yeah, it's a demi-human, so we have that's some posture. I thought she posture break like after a few attacks. Well, yeah, let's spawn to the stake of Marika and do the boss again. After this, I think when I get my next level up, I'll probably just like I think I'll grab some arcane. And from there, grab the there we go. That's what we needed to see. Posture break. See these guys, if you're playing Nitrate and see these guys in the field, you can just take them pretty easily. Sure, they have like a whole load of like things guarding them. Oh, Ritual Sword. This might actually be like a help. This is a helpful filler talisman for like, yeah, when your power's at max HP, it's a pretty helpful like filler talisman for damage. A bit tricky to use because you do need to be at full HP, so you do need to play pretty well, position yourself nicely so you don't get hit, stuff like that. There are other it works in lieu of other damage boosting talismans, and if you're like skilled enough in the game to dodge stuff. Right. This way we can go. What else do we need to get? Right, we're going to grow by. We're going to keep going north until we get to the. First, we're going to pick up the map fragment. Down there, we can go. We can go down there if we want, like a nice, healthy buffet of golden seeds. Past the Earth tree, the tree sentinel duo there, that's guarding the gates up top. But first we're gonna grab this golden seed right here. We keep going. There's a map fragment over there. Pick that up. Pick it up. Yeah. We keep going, and there's a pretty long winding path. You see like a whole lot of stuff down here. This is a forest with lots of these enemies called worm faces who sprout out like this powder that gives you death. Not powder, but mist that gives you death bite status, and what it does is when it fills up, it kills you. And it's deceptively quick to trigger. What's that? This cat in the cat room. Lump of flesh, no worries. And there's another there's another merchant here as well. What does he sell? Some more bloody fingers, some more stone sword keys, lightning pot and roped oil pot in case you need that. How many of these do I have? Let's just grab one.
I'm afraid of them.
Yeah, don't worry about it. If you take this portal, it takes you all the way to, I think, the Windmill Village, or wherever you see a village, or like a village. Yeah, it takes you to this village here, full of dancing, like, women. And up there is a god skin. Either or no, I don't know what the difference is between them. I don't know which one is the noble and the apostle, but it's the skinny, like, one that can stretch and has, like, a twin blade. I think if you defeat him, you get the god skin peeler. That or Scouring Black Flame. Because there's a different one in Caelid in the basement of Radon's tower that gives you. If you don't get the peeler from this guy, you'll get the peeler from that other guy down in Radon's tower's basement. But something I learned only in like a recent run. You could actually just jump down here like straight away, and you can just go straight into the forest. Straight down here, and here you'll find a few things, including an entire rise. We have but what I usually like to do here is this is where I can grab the Somber Stone 5. And first let's activate that side of grace in case something bad goes wrong. You see the distance 3 of the regular-sized worm faces over there huddling over a scarab. Oh wow, I didn't know that. I just learned something new on stream. Those things can die to death blight. What a funny status effect. Yeah, in this forest is another worm. It's a big worm face. It's a big boss called Worm Face. One you should be wary of because of all the death blight. And from him you get a couple of crystal tears. There's a rise with like an invisible puzzle you can solve. And then there is also, down here is another tunnel for smithing stones, but we can worry about that later. I think up next I want to do this. Yeah, I think I'll do the Shaded Castle for no wait, I'm not doing the Shaded Castle yet. The Shaded Castle is not entirely necessary, but you don't need to beat the Shaded Castle as such, you just need to go, because Elamar is a bit of a very difficult boss to face. Even after like fighting him in Night Rain, I'm still not confident in fighting him, so what I usually like to do instead of like facing him directly is I just go in, grab the Valkyrie's prosthesis and just leave and just give it back to Millicent. But that'll be for after we have Millicent. Now let's run through this encampment before we get hit by flaming explosive arrows. That encampment that also do you find anyone else like find it strange how that encampment is like explosive barrels and also has like an entire like how that thing has explosive barrels and above it is the other side of the encampment shooting explosive arrows at intruders, like, and there's also like allied soldiers there as well. Like, I don't know what the plan is, but sacrificing some of your own soldiers just to kill like one guy is a pretty interesting approach, especially since they all shoot at you. Like, I don't know what the game plan is, but like, yeah, sure, just blow up your own men and blow up your entire encampment just to kill one guy. Who cares? Let's go. Or girl, since I'm playing a female Tarnished. Right, so first thing I'm gonna do now that I'm down at the Shaded Castle is actually, since I'm down here, I could go for the prosthesis right away. But what I want to make sure is to activate this side of grace. Because the prosthesis is being guarded by like, what's it called? One of the Cleanrod Knights. So we're gonna go deal with that, I think, later. Especially after we've like actually like rescued Millicent from her like from her state of like just general slowly dying to rot and being in constant pain. First thing is first is I want to take care of that House Moray person who's hiding just around the corner here. Now that that's taken care of, we got the Moray mask. Somehow I didn't aggro that golem, but that's cool. We don't need to worry about that. Let's hotfoot it out of here, back to the side of grace. And equip our new thing. This will be the main outfit for the fit. Really goes well with the blue hair and the sort of hair bun thing that Mariana's going on. Hairstyle you can also use for like Saber cosplays as well if you dye it blonde instead. And if you get like latest armor from like Endgame in Shadow of the Earth Tree, but that'll be for later. For now, let's just keep going. Now, this part can be a little difficult, especially because the artillery fire from the Leyndell Knights hits hard and fast, so you could pretty easily be clipped by that, even on Torrent. What's down here as well? I think down here. I think if we go down by this route, you can fight a falling star beast, like a mini falling star beast that I think you either get like a spell or a weapon from that. Oh, that's what I was talking about. Hits hard and fast, and before you're ever ready for it. Now, we're not gonna fight that falling star beast because we don't quite feel like dealing with one just yet, and because I'm not doing an int build anyways. Keep going past those knights and their scary aim, and past the Earth Tree, and past the Earth Tree Sentinel duo. They can sort of follow you through here, but like it'll be fine. You just go through here. Let's not worry about it. And you can just like, if you don't feel like doing it at all, so you can just leave. Hit the bricks until you feel like doing it later. If you go down here, there's another tree spirit, by the way. Another tree spirit for another golden seed, and in that encampment is also the there's the brick hammer, and then there's the big brick hammer, one that's seen on a lot of like stance breaking strength builds, especially one-shot builds because of the charged heavy it has. Let's go over here. Let's grab this cookbook. And let's grab this golden order seal. And down here is also, well, I'd show you as soon as I get the map fragment for it, but if you go down here and turn right where that like where the slope is, you'll also find like, what's it called, the other smithing stone like camp. Like you don't even need to beat that cave in particular. I think you can just go in, grab the smithing stones and go out. Like I think I'll just try it out and see what happens. And if I'm not mistaken, this cave, this like tunnel, it might also be the tunnel to another like shard bearer divine tower area. Let's keep going. There's an invisible scarab there. I think there's also a like crab here somewhere. It's either here or on the other or on the other side of this area. So let's go inside. I think the gimmick for this cave is hidden walls. Like lots of hidden walls in the sealed tunnel. Oh dear, you missed. Lots of crystal sorceries as well. I forget what the names of those people who throw like smoke at you are, but be careful not to get hit by them or their bleed weapons. Those are militia, that's what they're called. Now that we've done that, let's get out of here. Right, so up next is another boss you can just like ignore. Ignoring bosses is something I kind of recommend in this game. Like if you don't want to just like deal, especially if they don't really drop anything that you'll need, you can just kind of ignore them and you can just make, because while they do drop runes which are useful, the main reward for bosses is like their weapons and their drops, and that guy just doesn't really drop anything that you'll need as such. Like he drops a twin blade, ow. He drops a twin blade, but you don't need that twin blade. You don't really need that twin blade because it's not super good or one that I really recommend using. But if you like twin blades and like fighting those big gargoyles, then go ahead. I also just like totally ignored another like commoner there. There's a commoner enemy that turns into Margit because for some reason Margit is such a generational hater that he will just like teleport to you, that he just has like a disguised version of himself like roaming just to jump you specifically. I think I'm just gonna find the next set of grace here, and from there, as soon as I find it, oh yeah, other thing you can find is down there. You can find the Hermit's Shack, which is a little bit interesting because it sells something you might find useful. Let's first turn on the side of grace. Over the fence.
Is someone there? A customer? Well...
Yep, he sells the, I'm gonna drop the concert trousers actually, because it's bothering me just a little bit that, it's bothering me just a little bit that I don't actually have any, like, proper trousers yet, so... Yeah, also the, Prophet set that I was currently wearing because of my base class. Some rune arcs as well, but the main key thing is the Sentry's Torch, because it lets you see invisible enemies, which is important for specifically the Black Knife enemies, who you'll deal with in a later area in Ordina. Like, you can, it's like it's a bit helpful for that, but if I'm being honest, you don't really need it. You can just skirt past the Ordina assassins and just merrily make your way. Right then. Now that that is done, I think it's about time I started doing the actual main content of the game. Let's do this, let's do that.
Ah, the recusants sent a lackey. Can you believe they invited me to join them? Now, after what they did? I can scarcely believe it myself. Did they think me a fool? You might be surprised to learn I took them up on the offer. And they only had to ask.
Did you now?
The location of the recusant hideout. It's on Mount Gelmir, found off the old road that leads west from the town of Windmills. That's where they hide. The manor on the peak. Just you wait, wretched recusants. You'll rue the day you insulted my name by laying hands on Liurnia. The tale of House Hoslo is told in blood, after all.
Well, have fun with that, buddy. Oh wait, you don't even need to kill Godric, you just need to progress the game a little bit. There she is, the nice lady from earlier in the stream.
A pleasure to meet you. My name is Roderica. I'm a recent arrival. Isn't this place impressive? The Round Table Hold, covert quarters of the Two Fingers, and gathering place of champions who vie to become Elden Lord. I never knew the guidance bestowed upon us Tarnished had such fantastic roots, although it's all a bit much for me, in truth. I'm still looking for my own purpose.
If you're looking for a purpose, I suggest listening to the nice blacksmith over here. First, let's get these proper trousers equipped. We don't really have anything that can go on there, and I don't really feel like equipping anything on here just yet. You can get like commoner headbands and stuff like that later on. Well, actually, there is one you can get if you farm like the enemies in this like King's Realm ruins, like the commoners, like who shoot like little magic pellets at you, do drop that little headband of theirs. Because a cool quirk about this game is that I heard that you kind of do just want all four armor slots equipped where possible, but like, actually, what's my load? If I just switch to a different weapon, I can just stay as a light build. Technically a weapon like a rapier, like a thrusting sword, would be more fitting. Shoot, I almost forgot. I wanted to get the Scavenger's Curved Sword from Mount Gelmir to use as like a main weapon until I get like I want to say I want to get like the light greatsword from the DLC, but I don't know. I'm kind of feeling the call of that Reap of the Great Scythe, but I'll see what I feel like later on. For now, let's forge this thing to +6. We'll get +7 from invading Lanedale. And what can we level up now? Let's see. A butchering knife. We can actually get this to scale off. We can actually get this rapier to scale off faith, so we can probably use that. Let's talk about Roderica first.
Can scarcely swing a blade, but she has a gift for spirit tuning. I saw another one like her long ago. Their eyes share the same hue.
Interesting. And let's relay the message on to Roderica, give her a nice little pep boost.
It's all a bit much for me, and I'm still looking for my own. You're telling me I possess some kind of gift? I don't believe you. But if I do have this talent, and goodness knows it would be my first, I suppose I should try to hone it, shouldn't I? I'll ask Master Hugh to teach me. Certainly he does appear intimidating and holds no love for us Tarnished. But I know he's trapped here at the Round Table Hold. So I can tell. He's a gentle soul underneath it all.
Yeah, he says mean things, but he's actually quite the nice spirit, isn't he? Right, let's keep going.
Back already, no matter. The girl. Are you out of your mind? Who'd stay with an ugly brute who only knows how to smith?
Nah, you ain't ugly, mate.
Besides, she'd never agree to it.
It's what she wants.
I refuse to believe it. I don't doubt you, but I know when something's too good to be true.
Now, let's leave for now, I think. Yes, I think first things first is I'm going to go back to Mount Gelmir to get the Scavenger's Curved Sword. Another, like, bleed weapon we can use. There's another bleed weapon we could use. I also need to kill a few... I also need to kill a couple of, like, dragons. And I think a thing I also forgot to do as well is... okay, so my first is to kill dragons, get dragon hearts. I'm gonna pass this grafted scion before they turn me into fine paste. No, none of that, thank you. What else do I want to do? It's a shame that I think of things and then immediately forget about them. Oh, I'll just see what it is, because I think once I see something's missing, I'll be like, oh wait, that's what I meant to do. I'll go fix that. Ow. Let's get rid of that. I should double check what other, like, spells I have as well. I think once... Yeah, this doesn't affect my, like, arcane and stuff like that. Is it? I think it was here. No, it's not. Despite having multiple arms to wield multiple spears with, these marionettes can't actually climb ladders. No, wait, I was thinking of a different enemy, it seems. Embarrassing. Forgetting something so basic about such a basic enemy. Let's climb this ladder again. It might have been these ones that I was thinking of that can't climb. Yep, I was thinking of these ones. They can fly, but they can't fly high, so we can't catch you. What a shame. Let's see, some frenzied Lando Knights who are here for some reason. I think that's the way forward, so I'm gonna go through there. Yeah, I think that leads to a boss fight with... Let's rest here. I think, yeah, if I follow that spear spring, I think it leads to a boss fight. Looking at the map structure, yes it does, so I went the wrong way. Or the right way, maybe? Yeah. Yeah, I think I should go down one of these Yeah, I think I'll go down this ladder here, see where it leads. Because nearby, somewhere here...
Welcome.
Let's get rid of this guy first. And What do you have, buddy boy?
Welcome, valued, please.
I think he has one of the
I'm
other
angry.
starting armor sets as well. Yep, Stone Sword Key, Confessor set, and Guilty Hood. What does this do? Volcano Pump. Yeah, that'll be useful. It's somewhere on this mountain, guys, I promise. There's like a corpse with like a body you're supposed to loot here, and that has the scavenger's curved sword on it. Ow! That was actually unfair. Oh, I actually kind of feel bad for that knight. What was he supposed to do? Like, what did he do to get like a whole firing squad set upon him like that? There's no way that actually worked. I think it was here. Yep, there it is. I guess you just found it a pretty easy way to get rid of that, like, grafted scion, huh? Holy good grief, these marionettes have pretty impressive aggro range. Not as, like, big as the zombies. They're still aggroed. Oh, there we go, that's better. What was here again? It's pretty rare to find a forest on the side, to find a forest next to a mountain. Oh yeah, this is where we find a hero's grave. I think I don't remember if you get any death root from it, but heroes' graves sometimes have death root. Sometimes they just have like other useful gears and like weapons. Let's just go back to the side of grace. And I think since I want to like expand the amount of spells I have, I'm going to warp here and take out a dragon. Yeah, a dragon. Spells do I even know anyways? That's what I remembered. Yeah, I just remembered what I wanted to do. I wanted to go grab another memory stone because there's one all the way over, I think, on this island. It's another one of those like puzzles, and you can get another memory stone, I think, from this tower here. If you like find a glintstone helm, which you can get from a couple of ways. One is by seeing through Scylla's questline and getting the helm off her, because she won't need it anymore. Or you can grab like a twin sage crown from towards the end of Liurnia Castle. first let's see what I have available. I have Dragon Maw. Flame Grant Me Strength is good if you're going to be using like a dragon like flame spell instead, but Dragon Ice is good for like inflicting a debuff. I'm going to put Dragon Moss here. I'm gonna mix a Wondrous Physics that boosts my faith. If I remove this, I can still use the weapon, which means I don't need that anymore. And if I put the 2 fingers heirloom, I also need to think about what kind of ash I want to use on this thing in the interim, but that'll be for when I get back. First things first is let's clear out a Geo. No sir, you didn't see nothing. You'll notice that you're getting a prompt to summon your ashes, your spirit ash, which in my case is the stray wolves. I think any kind of like friendly animal critter, I think is a good match for this build, or one that works with. Dragon Communion Cathedral. Since that's Agiel and he spews fire, you can just get Agiel's flame off of that. Other dragon hearts are pretty important for this build because they let you unlock more stuff. Mind, very important for the build as well. And now that we've killed that dragon, let's talk to
beautiful work. Felling that dragon.
Ayura, the Finger Slayer, whose job it is to hunt down people on the Bloody Fingers.
It's used in Dragon Communion. If you should find yourself overcome by hunger for the heart, yearning for its strength, then seek the decrepit church on the little island off the western coast. You must not forget, though, those who partake in Dragon Communion will one day shed their humanity, their hunger for dragon, their yearning only worsens until the floodgates burst, unleashing eternal torment. The strength of a mighty dragon. Magnificent, but deadly. It's no surprise that Dragon Communion
is ruinous, yeah.
You must not forget those who put their hunger until the flood of strength. It's no surprise that...
Right. Let's do this and refresh our... There should be like a site of grace nearby here. Like... pretty nearby where Shura is. Not Shura, Yura is. There. I'm gonna do this and refresh the Actually, no, this part isn't necessary. Yeah, since I'm in the area, I might as well. Let's go the correct way. So that's towards where this lake is. Actually, yeah, actually I'm also thinking of another part, another like talisman that can be pretty helpful for this build. I think one that I think should work with the dragon communion spells, as well as your own like physical armaments. Especially since you'll be likely on a light build. Let's keep going. Keep going until we get invaded. Because for some reason, outside of Patch's area is... or maybe he's guarding it. It's not really clear. Because Patches never mentions him by name. But there's a blood... he notices it just came before Patches and he's doing Patches a favor. Hey. Oh, we missed. Hey. Okay, now let's go over here and talk to Yura once again.
Ah, we meet again.
I think you don't actually need to do this, by the way. It's just I'm just doing this because it's polite to talk to Yura.
I'm Yura, as you might recall. Hunter of bloody fingers, tarnished, held in thrall by cessblood. Zealots, who stalk their own. You stay the path. You're certain to face more of them. Just remember, no kinship with their ilk remains. Their madness precludes it.
You know, it is pretty strange that Yura's quest doesn't intersect with the Volcano Manor one. You'd think the Recusants would be pretty big on his, like, hit list because of the whole hunting their own kind type of thing. But then again, it's less for, like, a part of it, it's less for gaining ultimate power from, like, dragons and stuff like that, and partially for the love of the game, rather, so to speak. I mean, yeah, there's an element of, like, doing it to blaspheme against the Earth Tree and stuff like that, but I get the sense that the Recusants just do what they do because it's fun. Is it nighttime? Yes, it's nighttime, which means we should be careful about, running into any death birds. Okay, since I'm here, I will just keep going and going. There's another golden seed here, which means nearby is probably the actual Academy entrance. Yep. Yep, that's the, like, entrance stairs. I'm just gonna look for the site of grace, because somewhere here is one of those. Nope, that's an Albionic. I think the Site of Grace will be useful for just like a point to return, because we can just like fast travel back here. No, I'm not seeing it. Is it over there? No, I'll just get the Grace that's all the way up there. Yep, let's go past the Cuckoo Knights. Past the Fire Chariot. Ooh, past all these guys. Activate the Site of Grace over here. And warp back here to the Academy Gate Town Site of Grace. So the next thing we're going to do now is I'm going to complete the puzzle that is for another memory locket. And after that, I think we should have... Wait, has that always been there? Wait, how do you get that? Let's get out of the eye shot of that crab. Trouble is, I don't have any like crossbows I can use. Why can't I target it though? Now you're wrong. It was an ash of war. Now I see. Right, diversion out of the way. Let's go back to the puzzle place and solve the puzzle and get the puzzle thing out of the way. Actually, I'm pretty sure one of these, like, towers just leads to inside Liurnia anyways. One of these, like, gazebo places. First things first is, before I solve the puzzle, I'm just gonna quickly run and grab the Academy Glintstone key from the dragon. Yep, there it is. I'm firstly going to do... first we're gonna grab the side of grace. And then I am going to go over here. This dragon, I think this dragon, like the rest, is pretty beatable, but I'm just gonna sneak past it because it lets you do that. Yeah, oh, this way was... Well, I think that's the other tunnel. There's two like tunnels in this region. One requires a stone sword key, and I think that one gives you Terra Magica at the end. The other leads to, I believe, a smoothing stone bell bearing. Actually, you know what? I think I don't have a lot of stuff to lose right now, so... Not to get hit by the fire at this early stage. Or else Dragon Heart and power from the dragon place. Let's go back to the Cathedral of... Actually, no. Before I forget, I'm going to go to the... I'm going to go to that place. To the place with the turtles and stuff. And I'm going to get that next memory stone. Yeah, memory stone, I think. When I say memory log, I'm thinking of the item from Silksong. Now, if we keep going down here, ignore those horse revenant peoples. Keep going, going. Too late, they noticed us. There's another gazebo, or is it pagoda? A gazebo with more shrimp. If you see a sleeping shrimp, it's, I think, actually another enemy in disguise. But if you defeat that, you can get like a larval tier. If you're as indecisive as I am, you can use that to respec your character mid-playthrough, back to where you were at the start. Well, I say it'll reset you back to level 1, and you'll have to level up to whatever new build you want to do. Now, let's see if I have enough to level up. I can do a couple of levels. Do I want? What do I want? I think we have the arcane necessary. So if I do my faith, and if I do my mind as well, I think I want to do two things to finish up this stream, which is break the seal and grab the memory locket. And then there's one of the ghost turtles. Sorry for this, buddy, but this is but this was mandated by the game if I want to have more spell slots. Another one of these turtles should be hiding up on the tree branches. I know roughly where the final one will be, but this little one is a bit... there it is. Somewhere in this general area, there's a turtle hiding out of your view. Now, where is it? Oh yeah, you'll constantly be under aggro from here because these like zombie enemies have like crazy wide aggro range for whatever reason. So just ignore them for now. They're pretty slow, so they won't be able to catch you, but you'll just be under but just don't worry about it. And there's our final prize, the final turtle. Look at that, killing the last one, killed all the ghost zombies too. No runes though, which is sad. But then they're all like, what the hell are you fighting? Probably just another player, I'm guessing. From the looks of their animations, it looks like they were casting like prior spells, but it just didn't work out. What a shame. And there's another memory stone. Let's take a quick pit stop at the round table. Hold.
Well, I took you no matter to lay out your own. I spoke
Let's
with
ask
the girl.
about Roderica.
She has a gift for spirit tuning.
Yep,
So
sure
I told
enough,
her
she has a
everything I
talent,
know.
and now you can level
I'm
up your
indebted
spirit
to a
ashes.
spirit
Isn't that
tuner
cool?
I met long ago. It was all I could do to honor her. I'm sorry I doubted you.
Let's level this up a bit. Because our next weapon is probably gonna be the, I think I prefer using curved swords as like in like a dual wielding setup, but that'll take us out of the light build I'm like slowly going for. Let's see if... Yeah, I just forgot to buy this, didn't I? Yeah, there's another memory stone from over there. And talk to this guy for an amazing emote. And let's not worry about, what's his face, about Gideon for now. Now, let's do this. Oh, we have the Flame of Frenzy. Isn't awesome. Let's do that for range and setup. And I think I'll go back to Caleb, to the Dragon Cathedral. And where's the altar? I'll grab Rotten Breath and Dragon Claw. We can get Exil's Decay, which is a fast, hard hit, which is a pretty hard hitting spell. But Exil's at this level is quite difficult. It won't be as easy as it was taking down Smarog, because Exil's actually packs a punch and floods the area with rot, which just kills you quickly. Ow! Ow, jerk. Right. Now that that's settled with, let's resume my train of thought. Right, we're going to go to the artist shack. At the end of this area here is another cave, and that'll have one of our other talismans. You might be wondering why I'm going after talismans first, despite not being able to equip them until I beat, Margit, and then I beat Godric at the end, and another Shard Bearer, which most likely will be Renala. I just need to but I just kind of want them ready to have on hand for when I do eventually go after them. Righty then. I thought there was gonna be a death drop for a second, but it wasn't. Hooray! Well, it wasn't here. But up down here is I think, not the death-touched catacombs, but catacombs where you can get the Uchi Katana. Very useful early game katana, especially for like dex builds. And then let's keep going over there, ignore the land squids. This one is an interesting cave if I have the location correct. There should be a cave here somewhere. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be embarrassing if I have the cave location wrong. No, it's this way. Let's go. Let us get inside the cave. The High Road Cave. If I go down here and see like a waterfall, then I'm in the correct cave, because this one has two interesting rewards to it, among others. The Shamshir curved sword, which I think pairs well with just any other curved sword, including the Scavenger's one. And the Blue Dancer Charm. At least I'm pretty sure this is where you get the Blue Dancer Charm. It's going to be pretty embarrassing if I have the location wrong. Better ears, buddy. You should listen up for when your buddies are being mulched. Just keep mashing. Enemies like those wolves just don't really have an answer to just repeated mashing. Their stagger just doesn't allow. Their stagger resistance just doesn't allow it, sadly. Right, let's just be careful jumping down the stairs, because you could just up and die down here. Yeet. Pretty sure I have one cave. The blue dancer charm I think will be a nice damage boost on a light build. Please relax. Yep, this is the right cave. Isn't there another one there? Next is going to satisfy the cave where the waterfall drops from. How did I grab the fuck? How did I hit the wrong one? Like... There's a golden rune fort, nice little bit of extra room there. Now, this part is a bit tricky. You'll see some of the bloodstones there. No. Darn it. That's why it's tricky. It's pretty easy to miss that jump. Ooh, that one's got golden eyes. It drops extra runes. Give me the runes. Okay. Okay, that's how you do it. There's the Shamshir. That guy's gonna join us. Right. That's the hardest part of the cave done. Up next is Giant Land Squirt. That was a beat rock or what, but shout out to this poor Cadane knight. Jumped by the giant squids. Actually, let's turn on my lantern. Oh, Cadane knights plural. Likely out of stamina. I think down here is undercurrent gravity, please leave. There. Now this part is where the boss lies. Anything else to jump scare me? No, there is not. I don't think I can freeze that, so... I think when we hit a high enough level and invest into our faith a bit more, I'll swap this out for the Roar Medallion. Build provisionally is looking like the Blue Dancer Charm, Roar Medallion. Probably the what else? Blue Dancer, Roar Medallion. Probably the Godfrey icon, since that boosts our spell casting speed. I'll have to recall where that is, but yeah, I think that's the last thing I wanted to do today. So yeah, thank you very much for tuning into the stream. I will be back again tomorrow, and when I am back, I'll be sieging Stormveil Castle, Stormveil, and then Liurnia Academy. And most likely I'll be doing either the Volcano Manor or the Ronnie quest line. I think it's gonna be an action-packed stream tomorrow, because I'll be doing multiple bosses and their respective quest lines. Like Radon is another big one that I can do pretty much easily, as long as I equip this bad boy here. And this one here as well. But yeah, I think our build is for the most part pretty set up. I am probably gonna do some off-stream farming just to get the grave site, because I think I'm probably more interested in using that until I find something that better suits the fate scaling that I'm going for. And what I do need to do as well, once I'm in Altus, once I can actually do that, I should actually do that after I'm done with Radon and what I probably should have done first is, I'll also, once I'm done with Radon, I'll just go back to Redmane Castle and grab the Flame Art Affinity, because I'm going to need that to do the scaling I need for this weapon. And whilst I'm there, I'm also going to look for a weapon art that I can actually use with the Scythe or the Scavenger Cursed Sword. Yeah, pretty action-packed stream tomorrow, and then likely again on Sunday. Thank you again to Tao Weswan for commenting, and to anyone else who tuned in. Hoping to see more of you guys in my streams going forward. And until